each year. The United States produces approximately 40.6 billion pounds of pork, the robust and thriving pork, accounting for a significant portion of global meat production. Right now, let's take a look at how American farmers in modern processing plants process 353,000 pigs meets both domestic and international consumption demands. Currently, there are over 133 million of over 63,000 pig farms of varying sizes and capacities. The United States recorded on US farms: Iowa, Minnesota, North Carolina. When pigs reach a weight of 250 to 300 pounds, pigs are loaded onto specialized trailers, and Illinois are the states with the highest number of pig farms. They are transported to processing plants. Upon arrival at the slaughterhouse, pigs are typically rendered unconscious using electric stunning to reduce stress during transportation. Equipped with non-slip floors and efficient ventilation systems. Next, workers use knives to slit the pig's throat, ensuring the blood is fully drained, which helps to maintain meat quality. Before being hung upside down on automated processing line chamber. The intense flames burn, ensuring a clean surface for further processing. Any remaining hair and impurities on the skin. The processing line then moves the pigs through an automated carefully open the abdomens, expertly removing all internal organs. Skilled workers use knives for separate handling. Next, workers use automation. This process is carried out with high precision to ensure each half is evenly divided. To split the pig's carcass in half lengthwise. These halves are then kept in a chilled environment. Carcasses meeting standards are stamped with an official seal of approval to ensure freshness throughout the handling process, certifying that the product complies with food safety requirements. Cuts such as shoulder, loin, and where workers use automated machinery to separate the meat from the bone. The halves are then moved to the cutting area and neatly trimmed. Finally, the pork is vacuumed to maintain its freshness and quality. Pork belly is carefully selected for the production of bacon, an automated skinning machine, after which the remaining fat and meat are processed. One of the most popular pork products. The skin is removed to ensure uniform size. After being seasoned, the slice is into smoking chambers until the meat reaches the desired level of doneness, with a golden brown outer layer and a smoke infused into every bite. The production process begins with selecting fresh. In addition to bacon, pork sausages are a staple product at processing plants. Next, it is thoroughly mixed with spice and other additives to create its signature flavor. After blending, the meat is then finely chopped and ground, undergoing heat treatment. Through meat markets and supermarkets. Most pork is consumed in the domestic food market as stuffed and tightly tied into segments. Meanwhile, some pigs are transported to ports for export to countries such as China, Japan, and Mexico. Each year, approximately 10 million of pork. American farmers typically harvest weaned US are exported. This is equivalent to 7 billion, or at 10 to 12 weeks when they weigh around 55 pounds. and transport them to pig farms for further fattening when they weigh between 19 and 22 pounds to improve cash. Traditionally, weaned pigs are sold at 6 weeks as roasted suckling pig to supply the food market directly, serving specialty dishes. Some piglets are harvested at 2 to 6 weeks. Meat from suckling pigs is highly valued for its exceptional tenderness thanks to its delicious taste and signature crispy skin. Nebraska, Montana, and South flavor. Roasting shops can provide pigs as small as 10 pounds or as large as 50 pounds. This dish is a favorite for many festive occasions and contributing a significant share of the bison meat supply to the market, are major hubs of the bison farming industry. Annually, the US produces around 44 million pounds of bison meat, such as Canada and Europe. The bison harvesting season, with over 15% exported to markets, typically runs from September to November during the summer, usually between 880 and 1,300 pounds. This is when bison have reached their ideal weight. The slaughter process begins with stunning the bison using a captive bolt. Having consumed abundant natural forage, the hide is then carefully removed for the leather industry and the internal organs are extracted. Edible parts such as the liver, kidneys, and are retained for separate processing, followed by exaggeration to ensure fresh meat. Examine each half to ensure there are no signs. Once cleaned, the bison carcass is split longitudinally. USDA inspectors meticulously along the spine using specialized saws. These cuts are then processed and packed, including chuck, ribs, loin, and disease or contamination. Carcasses that do not meet the standards are discarded. At this stage, professional butchers break the bison carcass into primary before distribution to the market. The final products are stored in modern cold storage facilities. Bison meat can be prepared in various ways, from grilling to frying, highly appealing to diners. The United States, its tender texture, low fat content, and rich flavor. Sonoma County, California is also one of the most sought after producers of foie gras. Final 3 weeks before harvest. During this stage, geese are fed starch-rich grains such as corn. Foie gras production is focused on feeding, and the Hudson Valley in New York are renowned for producing high-quality foie gras. To pump a large volume of food into their stomachs, optimal weight and fat levels, and farmers begin harvesting. Farmers insert 12-inch metal tubes down the geese's at around 20 to 24 weeks, the geese color and texture. High quality in processing facility to 1.9 pounds. The livers are inspected for size. Skilled workers carefully extract the liver, which typically weighs between 1.5 are reserved for premium markets. Which is divided into parts such as remaining goose body is processed into meat, sorted according to customer demand and distributed to the retail market. However, US production is relatively small. Meanwhile, around 80% of the world's foie gras, thighs and wings. These meat portions, more than 29,000 pounds of foie gras were produced in the EU. The United States is the largest producer of bison in the world. Bison farms are primarily concentrated produced in the EU. In 2023, these farms supply a significant amount of meat to both domestic and international markets in areas such as Montana, Wyoming, and South Dakota. depending on the bison's weight and quality of the farm. Roam freely on natural grasslands to gain weight before being sold. Harvesting usually takes place in late summer or early fall. These bison are typically weighing between 1,100 and 1,200 pounds. Bison meat is cut into smaller portions between 18 and 36 months old. Most of the meat comes from male bison, inspected for quality and kept in cold until it is ready for market distribution. Today, bison meat has a popular choice in high-end restaurants and supermarkets. Each year, the United States consumes driven mainly by the desire for clean, low-fat and nutrient-rich food. The domestic demand for bison meat continues to grow. In this video, we will explore how farmers raise 1,060,000 bison. Sheep production models have transcended the confines of farms and have become a critical link in the global economic value chain. Today, more than 1.3 transport and process millions of sheep. With Australia, New Zealand, billion sheep are raised across 78 countries and the US leading in production, supplying 70% of the world's. Sheep farming is a key industry that generates significant economic returns annually and £22 billion of lamb industry. Brought to dining tables and the global. How are products from hundreds of millions of sheep each year? Merino wool has natural temperature regulating and antibacterial properties. Starts with breeding. The Merino breed accounts for 50% global wool production, prized for its fine and long fleece. Spanning over 2.5 million square miles of rugged terrain, one of the most widely farmed breeds globally, providing wearers comfort across all seasons. These exceptional qualities make Merino this region known for its harsh climate, from arid deserts to cool plateaus. Australia's outback is a powerhouse for Merino sheep farms. Is home to over 60,000, with over 30,000 Dorper sheep. Farms in New South Wales supply thousands of pounds of meat annually. The Dorper breed is renowned for its meat productivity. Dorper lamb is tender, sweet, low in farms, and more than 70 million Merino sheep, and carries a distinctive natural flavour and has an efficient feed conversion rate which reduces farming costs. This meets the demands of premium market. Notably, this breed grows, aiming for 2 reproductive cycles. Sheep typically give birth to 1 to 3 lambs per year, with an average gestation period of around 150 days. European farms often breed under optimal conditions. During the first 2 to 3 months, from birth to weaning, lambs require meticulous to ensure healthy growth and high survival rate within 3 years. This enables rapid flock expansion. At around 8 to 12 weeks, preparing for the next stage of life, lambs become strong enough to transition to a more independent diet. Lambs primarily rely on their mother's milk to receive essential nutrients. Farm. New South Wales is home to over 28 million sheep. Known for their large-scale operation, advanced equipment helps farmers handle and distribute feed like grains and dried straw, and modern care techniques. Now let's head to New Zealand's north, ensuring the sheep receive proper nutrition. A large flock of 570 to see how locals raise millions of sheep each year. Sheep in New Zealand is moving along the hillside to graze and drink water for their wool and meat. New Zealand is the world's largest exporter of lamb, with a total of 48 million sheep, averaging just over 5 sheep per farmer. At a large sheep farm on the western shore of Lake Wakatipu, the country has around 25,000 sheep, with sheep producing around 8 pounds of wool. An experienced shearer can shear between 200 and 400 sheep a day. Around 29,000 sheep are raised. Every 3 to 4 months, workers shear the sheep, earning around $2 to $3 a sheep. Daily barn cleaning is conducted to maintain a clean environment, to save time and improve efficiency, and reduce disease risks. On large farms, farmers often use modern machines, while others alternate days. An average farm spans 50 to 1,000 acres, with 90% of the land dedicated to pastures for grazing. Some farms graze their flocks daily. Farmers use sheepdogs and mobile acres troughs to guide their flocks. The pastures where they lead the sheep typically cover around. They move the sheep quickly through these areas in order to maximize the grass growing season while preparing for winter. As the sheep graze and trample the grass, they also crush weeds, improve soil, and stimulate the growth of cool season grasses. This is one of the major benefits of rotational grazing. Lambs are usually vaccinated at around 3 months and parasite infestations. To prevent these, farmers conduct regular health checks and vaccinate the sheep. Additionally, farms face challenges such as disease in order to protect them from common diseases. The disease detection and prevention. The wool harvesting program invests over $21 million annually in technology. The sheep farming industry in New Zealand. A skilled shearer can shear a sheep in just a few minutes. After shearing, the wool is sorted and cleaned, ensuring the fleece is removed in one continuous piece for optimal quality. Begins with sheep shearing, an essential step to ensure their health and productivity. Producing around 380 million pounds of high-quality fibre annually, ready for the wool is then carded and spun into yarn, losing around 50% of its weight as impurities are removed. Textile market. Enough to produce more than 10 premium sweaters. A single merino sheep can yield 9 to 11 pounds of wool each year. At Talano Farm, around 64,000 sheep are shorn within 10 weeks. The combination of merino wools producing 1,500 bales of and sustainable practices has made Talano a symbol of excellence in sheep farming. A significant contribution to the wool, with wool exports generate around 760 million pounds of wool. Each year, Australia produces wool. This industry is a major contributor to the national economy. Before transportation to reduce stress. For land over $3 billion Australian dollars annually, sheep undergo health checks and are given food and specialised livestock vetting distance travel. Weaning occurs 14 days prior, designed with multiple decks, separate being of the sheep during transport. Sheep, making them ideal for large-scale shipments lasting. These ships can carry up to 70, and advanced ventilation systems ensure the health. Each year, Australia exports an average of 2 million live sheep, primarily 3 weeks. countries in the Middle East. In 2023, Australia's dollars. Over 570,000 sheep annually. In the US, Texas tree achieved an export value exceeding waste. 10,000 sheep annually, ensuring food safety and minimum. Modern processing plants can handle up to processing plants in California and Colorado to ensure humane practices in meat production. Upon arrival at the plant, sheep are anesthetized. The sheep are cleaned by removing the hide. This is a crucial step in modern processing. After processing, the sheep are moved to cold storage. Lamb meat is then portioned internal organs and inedible parts to freeze the meat and preserve its quality. Cuts such as ribs, legs, lamb is categorized and shoulders using automated laser-guided systems. Popular cuts, with ribs accounting for around 30% of legs 25% and fillets 15%. The meat is then transferred to the staging area, where it is labelled and prepared for distribution to retail. The lamb from Western Australia, making it suitable for a variety of cooking styles, restaurants and markets. It is renowned for its delicious flavour and tenderness. Sheep's milk is also very important, where it is used to make famous cheeses like feta and pecorino. It is often favoured by chefs for its consistent quality, especially in Mediterranean countries, supplying the high-end fashion industry. Each year, more than 90% of merino wool is exported from Australia to European countries. These products not only support the local economy, but also drive exports. In modern plants, the sheep farming industry has created immense economic value and provides high-quality products to the world. From sheep farming to